Hi there, I'm going to show you how to find the largest integer that is smaller than the square root of 582. It's actually not as confusing and complicated as it seems. So what I like to do is just sort of get a visual, a mental picture of what my word problem is asking me. So here's the number. I don't know if it's an integer and I don't know if it's a fraction of the square root of 582. What I do know is I need to find the largest integer, so the largest whole number, not a fraction or decimal, that's smaller than this. So it's right here. This is what we call the floor. So if we were to find the smallest integer larger than this number, it would be the ceiling. Okay, but we're gonna find the floor. Now what I know is it has to be a perfect square. So a perfect square is a number multiplied by itself. So a perfect square is, for example, 1, 4, 9, so that's 3 times 3, then 16, then 25, then 36, then 49, then 64, 81, 100, you get the idea. So basically 100, the square root of 100 equals 10. So I know that just by looking at my little list here, that this number is going to be quite a bit larger than 10. So I'm going to use the guess, check, and revise method to find this out. I'm also going to do some magical squaring. And if I have a number that ends with a 5, when I'm squaring, I'll also show you a trick to do that quickly. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make an attempt. So my attempt number 1 is I may as well just double it and just see where I land. So I'm going to do 20. Okay, so my first attempt is 20 squared, and that equals 20 times 20. 2 times 2 is 4, and then I've got two zeros, so you add the 2 zeros, so 20 times 20 is 400. That is smaller than 582. So I could have found my floor here. However, I'm going to just make another attempt just to see if it is in fact the floor. So my second attempt, and I'm just going to go up by 2 because I know that I'm close. So my second attempt will be 22 squared. Now this is where magical squaring comes in, and it's actually kind of fun. So I'm going to just take 20 because it's an easy, easy number to multiply. But I'm going to take the digit that's in the ones place and I'm going to add it to itself. So I've got the 20 here, the 2 tens, but it's going to be 24. So instead of 22 times 22, I've got 20 times 24. Now I've got my 20 times 20 is 400 plus, and then I'm going to add 20 times 4, which is 80 for 480. And that is also smaller than 582. So we're getting closer. So I'm going to make a third attempt. So my third attempt, I'm going to go up by 2 again. Okay, so I'll do the exact same thing, magical squaring. I'll have the 20 there times, and then I'll just add what's in the ones place to itself. So this will give me 28. Instead of 24 times 24, I've got 20 times 28. So 20 times 20 is 400 plus 20 times 8. It's 160. It's 560. And that is still smaller than 582, but I kind of think that we found our floor here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make one more attempt, and I'm just going to go up by 1. So here, I'm going to square 25. Now, super cool trick. I'm not going to do the magical squaring with a 25, but what we can do and what I can show you is whenever you're multiplying, whenever you're doing the square root and it ends with 25, you take what's the number that's not the 5. So here we've got 2. And you multiply it by a number that is just 1 above itself, 1 integer above itself, so 3. Okay, so this is 6. So that's 6. And then you go 5 times 5, the square root of 5. So it's 625. Okay, and that's greater than 582. And I'm just so that I show you that this is, that you can do this. Let's do 55 squared, okay? And you type this into your calculator. So 55 squared, we're gonna do 5 times 6 is 30. And then 5 times 5 squared is 25. This will work with all of the 5s. And just for a challenge, try that one. See what you come up with. So here we have found our floor and our ceiling. So our floor and our ceiling. There you go. So I hope you enjoyed our guess, check, and revise method and a little bit of magical squaring and some tips and tricks along the way.